Well, so what form of assistance are hoteliers expecting from such a stimulus package by government, and how would it make an impact on their businesses? Joining me now for a conversation is President of the Ghana Hotels Association, Dr. Edward Nyamika Jr. Doc, you're welcome to the market, please.
Thank you.
All right. Now, first tell me, how bad has this pandemic hit your outfit?
Emmanuel, if I knew I was coming to the studio today, I would have worn black shirt.
Wow.
Yes, just to show how serious the situation is. It has the potential to put a lot of hoteliers out of business.
Really?
It has the potential to collapse businesses.
Can you explain to me why?
You see, the hotels thrive on occupancy. We thrive on guests coming from outside and inside as well to lodge at their place, so charge them room rates. And then they also eat food, they drink, and for some recreational purposes too, they use your spa, your swimming pool, and so on. Now, so when these guests are cut off, then the oxygen that feeds the business is also truncated. And without oxygen, you're doomed.
And would you say the numbers have dwindled, I mean, since the outbreak of this pandemic?
You see, we are talking about, I know the GTA boss mentioned a reduction from, say, 69% by 20% or so. The truth is that, as we sit here, the information here, I have it here. The information I have here is that in April, for instance, the occupancy is going to range between 2% and 12%. Occupancy between 2% and 12%. So that means that if you have, say, a 200-room hotel, that means that you're going to have 2% of that 200 occupying your hotel.
That's woefully low.
Woefully. In fact, how do you survive? Okay, so it's a very serious situation, and the earlier the government comes in to provide this stimulus package that the GTA boss was talking about, the better.
That brings me to that stimulus package. I mean, if really you are facing this, I mean, occupancy problem, how would a stimulus package, bring you up?
Well, we are being very optimistic here that the virus spread will be dealt with. Hopefully, in a month, in the 2 months or 3 months. Okay, so it's about helping the industry to survive this period. It's all about surviving the period, so that when things come back to normal, then we go on business as usual. But this period is the most crucial period, where first of all you are having to possibly lay off staff because you can't pay them. Where are you going to get the money to pay them? You can't also afford electricity. You can't afford water, because much as the disease is all around the place, we are still going to have a few people wanting to use the hotels. Okay, so it's not a matter of saying close all hotels down. No, it can't happen.
Is there no way to diversify? I mean, don't you make other forms of incomes from, other areas?
You see, that's the interesting thing, because all the various areas which hotels can easily think of has been cut off.
Restrictions here.
Exactly, because first of all, visitors are not coming in. Secondly, gatherings have been really has been curtailed. So those who organize their weddings and want to come and have their wedding reception at your point is not happening. The events are also not happening. Food, you are not selling food. So, you see, all the areas, maybe some of the hotels can look at delivering food services to people outside. Okay?
Just to keep their heads above water.
Just to keep their heads above water. But that'll be just one small portion of the inflows needed to keep a place like a big hotel going. And even the small hotels as well.
That's very serious.
It is extremely serious.
So moving forward, what do you hope to do so that
you see, like I said, it's all about surviving the difficult times, okay, the difficult period. So it's about providing some incentives, and we are saying that if you look at, say, VAT, come this month ending, hotels will be chased for their value-added tax for February. Okay. They will also be chased for Environmental Protection Agency license fees, Food and Drugs Authority license fees. All those fees will come chasing you. Okay, we are also talking about electricity. Is it possible that a directive could be given? Can we suspend payment of VAT for now.
Maybe this is a good time to press home that demand because of this coronavirus.
That's exactly what I'm doing. Can we suspend, say, payment of VAT for this period?
Okay, so that
can we reduce the electricity and water rates? Okay. Can we reduce it? Can we also suspend this payment of 1% tourism levy, payment of this EPA license? Can we suspend some of these things? Okay. Well, we know that the government itself will also go through challenging times, as we are all going through. They will. Okay, so liquidity will become a problem. So we are not really asking for pumping money into the hotels per se, even though that is also an option to provide some interest-free loans to them to survive the period.
Okay. So I want to ask, so should government come out to say now it's extending 50 billion CD, stimulus package? What exactly are you going to do now? Because whether you like it or not, the coronavirus is still in place.
For me and for the association, one of the biggest challenges we are facing now, which is even so hurting, is our workers. What are we going to do with our workers? What are we going to do with all those direct and indirect employees that we have? Is it possible that that kind of support could at least hold these workers for that period? Okay, so that the hotel doesn't have to pay for those salaries, but government steps in and says, okay, let me look at the figures here. Let me support the hotels to pay the salary. We are in challenging times, so we don't have to ask for 100% salary, but maybe a certain percentage that will keep body and soul together. That's one area. And then we could also use that to fund some of the activities. Because, you see, the thing is that the occupancy brings in money to fund other activities of the hotel. So when the basic inflow is not coming, even this food thing that I said, they could cook it and sell it to external, where's the money to do that? So that kind of money could help to promote. So
now, I believe you operate hand in hand also with the tourism sector. How bad has it also hit the tourism sector?
Well, you see, the tourism, and that is why I think I was very happy when the president started promoting domestic tourism, because a huge chunk of our tourism revenues comes from outside. Okay. So now that is cut off. So they are also in the woods like we are. Okay, so and once they are also affected, we are also off.
Worst case scenario, if they should go into 6 months and get into 8 months, the coronavirus is still not contained.
That's scary.
What is going to happen?
I can tell you, because even as we speak, I got a message from one of our members. They are planning to shut down from this month ending. They are projecting, say, up to June. Hopefully, when the situation is settled, then they can resume. But even there, it's a projection. If things do not get better by that June, I don't want to even think about the 6 months and 8 months shutdown, because that is very scary.
That would be scary.
So we are praying that the researchers and whoever, the WHO, our government, will find some solution to this problem. But let me also say that, see, we have two sides of the issue now: the prevention and, of course, the impact on our business. And the hotels are doing very well in looking at all those precautionary measures that have been put in place to curtail the spread. But like the boss said, we also need some of the items to be available, because now it's becoming a challenge even getting hand sanitizers.
It's sad.
Exactly. So